Welcome back to our series, 3 Keys to Finding Your Big Breakthrough. Yesterday we discussed the majority is always wrong. If you want to get to the top 1% of those who become wealthy, don't do what the majority does. Step out of the herd of the mediocre majority by doing the opposite of what most everybody around you is doing. Study, learn from, and draw the best tips from the very exceptional minority. Then iterate on those to make them your own, because even what they do might not be right for you. Now, where to find big breakthrough ideas? Ideas above and beyond even the very exceptional minority in your industry and what they're leveraging. Here's where. Outside your industry. Big breakthroughs always come from outside your industry. This is the syndrome most industries fall into. It's called the blind leading the blind. Most people only attend events in their industry, go to industry conferences, attend industry webinars, do training within and about their industry, hire coaches, advisors, and consultants that specialize in their industry. This leads to tunnel vision. When you listen to what everybody else is listening to, you can only repeat what everybody else is doing, which is why you can only get the results everyone else is getting. And that leads to the syndrome of the blind leading the blind. Everybody following everybody in one direction and often off a cliff. You see it happen inside industries all the time. In fact, it's exactly what causes bubbles and busts and crises like led up to the dot-com crash and the 2008 mortgage financial crisis, the meme stock debacle, and the NFT boondoggle. To become the dominant market leader, to reinvent or revolutionize your industry, you are not likely to find your breakthrough inside the industry. Instead of tunnel vision, you need what I call binocular vision, the optics to look outside your industry. This is how Fred Smith got his idea for overnight delivery efficiency for FedEx. He imported the idea from the banking industry, the hub and spoke model they used for decades to clear checks quickly. That one import created a multi-billion-dollar behemoth and made Fred Smith fantastically wealthy. The ballpoint pen was invented and patented in 1888, but it wasn't until the 1940s that somebody imported that idea into the personal consumer care product industry. They applied the same ball application device to underarm deodorant. In 1952, it was marketed as Band Roll-On, and billions of dollars were made on that one idea import. Steve Jobs was the king of importing ideas. In fact, it can be argued that Steve and Apple has never created anything truly new. The MP3 player existed before the iPod. The mobile phone, handheld devices, Palm Pilots, the internet browser, proprietary music delivery systems like Napster existed before the iPhone. Tablets existed before the iPad. To make the first iMac in 1998, to make it cool and classy, to break it out of the gray and beige box that dominated the computer market at the time, the Apple design team decided to make the computer shell brightly colored and translucent so that it was distinctive and more approachable. The problem was it was impossible to manufacture plastic strong enough to encase a computer and be brightly colored without streaking and be transparent. So instead of giving up, the design team looked outside their industry. They ended up at a candy manufacturer, the one who made Jawbreakers. Do you remember those? In the candy manufacturing industry, they had perfected a curing process that allowed transparency and hardness. It was a common, well-known manufacturing technique in their industry that had existed for decades. But it took Apple going outside their industry to find it. And when they imported it into the computer industry, they created a breakthrough and a revolution, one that became the most valuable company in the world and the first to become a $3 trillion company. Apple wouldn't be Apple if they didn't look outside their industry and import the ideas common in other industries into theirs to create their big breakthroughs. As Einstein taught us, you can't solve a problem with the same thinking that created the problem. Well, I'm teaching you here, you can't create a breakthrough with the thinking everybody in your industry is already thinking. In fact, that is one of the major advantages that I make possible for you at our Business Masterclass. The curriculum is drawn from the very best in the world from a vast array of different industries. And then I show you the many examples of how other businesses, also from hundreds of different industries, how they incorporated the ideas and strategies that I teach you. This allows you to draw from ideas proven to work in other industries that might not yet be imported into yours, giving you the advantage of the big breakthrough, catapulting you to the top of your industry and having you be the one to become wealthy because of it. Not for inventing anything new, but by simply importing something already proven outside your industry into yours. I hope that you got this very important lesson here today. Now, you share with us, what is an idea that you found or brought with you from a different industry, imported it into your current industry, one that ended up being a big competitive advantage for you? Make some notes in your Darren Daily Journal and share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you have friends or peers who are also looking for the big breakthrough idea, be sure to pass them along today's Darren Daily.
I've crashed a lot of businesses along the way because I was always not paying attention to the good things that were happening around me because I was too focused on what was going to happen long-term down the road. The biggest thing that I took away from the first BMC was that there is a way to actually be successful and not by accident. When we first went to BMC, we were doing just under $1 million a year. We're now doing 4x that. All the different divisions of our business have actually all grown exponentially over the last 3 years. There are actual tasks that you can do to help you grow and to be the person that you want to be. And I really like the fact that Darren, the way he presents stuff is more of this is what you need to do. And Darren gives you that roadmap. He gives you what he's actually doing, which makes it more real to me. And that gave me the ability to do a lot of things in my business that I didn't think I could do before.